everybody, and welcome to the deck list video for our CL versus Chamimi match. If you watched it, you would have seen CL get completely wrecked and pull off one victory using only because of the disciples.
Yep.
But the deck itself is not good because CL is not good. I love her. I love her abilities. I love the fact that she equips herself and then explodes. But in a format with that guy, it seems a little yellow.
Oh, this is from the second print run.
I don't know, it looks weird.
Yeah, they look a little funny.
But yeah, I love her as a card, but they should have just put flying on her. Literally, that would make her a little bit
I thought
better.
she did have flying, I was like, hey, does she have flying? And you're like, no. And I'm like, oh, cool.
No, she needs something, just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because her enter ability is super strong, but it doesn't give her herself any permanent effects.
Yep.
If her plus... I should read off what she does. Basically, you have these auras, and when they're in your graveyard, her front side attaches one at the end of every turn, which takes 3 turns to build up. Her other effects are this card gains imperishable as long as there are 3 or more auras attached to it, and when it's destroyed, remove all auras attached to it from the game. So she doesn't get to keep them, she builds them up 1 per your turn, and that's part of the reason why she doesn't work so well, because it's super slow to build up.
Yep.
But she has a big enter. Choose up to 1 for each aura attached to this card. Put 4 +1/+1 counters on target resonator you control, or put 2 400/400 wind spirit tokens with flying into the field, or recover up to 3 target magic stones, or you gain 1,000 life, or draw 2 cards, or this card deals 800 damage to target J resonator. Lots of really cool effects, if only you could get them sooner.
Yep.
I really wish it was once at the end of every turn, because then it would make her support cards a lot better, but I like her. And enough of me just fawning over here. So, the deck itself, it runs auras, it runs chance, it's a wind deck. And then it runs the wind package, as I like to call it, because it's in every top deck ever that runs wind. So you have the Lorite engine. I think we explained what that did in the last video, but why not revisit it? Lorite, he cancels activate and automatic abilities with his enter effect. Lorite's Disciples. When it enters the field or at the beginning of your main phase, this card gains, you get to choose one. This card gains +200/+200, swiftness, flying, first strike, precision, drain, or barrier until end of turn. But if you control Lorite, it gains all those abilities. So he's a 9/9 flying, swiftness, bleh. It's insane. Then it runs Fairy of the Lost Isles for that 1-drop 4/4 flyer, just because that's super relevant right now. Dear God, you could deal so much damage just by having that flyer exist.
Yep.
But because I'm not running Chamimi, I can't deal as much with her, so she's a little less valuable in this deck. But then I run the Violas, obviously, because she's literally the only card that has the potential to counter the ridiculous draw 3 for free combo. And she's really good at buffing your J-Roller to get in that last bit of damage. I would also like to point out that she's not really used that much in that way, but she is a 2-cost 8/8 blocker. So you can drop her, target herself, make her an 8/8, and just block something.
Yep.
Then I run Kotaros because I'm chant focused. Because he's a 2-cost, quick cast, enter, produce any color, spend it only to play chants. And I figured I wanted to have some way to get my will, because as you see, I'm running the absolute awareness type thing, which is more common than not these days. So I run 4 Spirit Stones because Spirit Stone is awesome. Banish it to draw a card, produces green. 4 Speaking Stones, produces black or green. Black can only be spent on Ruined Story or other story chants. 2 Ethereal Wind Magic Stones, that's CL Stone. You can banish it to put an aura from your removed area into your hand, so you can get them back after CL has popped off and been destroyed. Then I run 5 Basic Stones, 3 Wind Stones, a Water Magic Stone, and a Light Magic Stone, which I get with Absolute Awareness. Search your Magic Stone deck for a Basic Stone, put it into your field rested. A lot worse than Magic Stone Analysis, I learned.
Yeah.
Ruined Story, one of the most powerful cards in the game. It exists for a reason. Absolute Awareness, just went over. Favors spell, just to deal with Lorites and other favors, because if her ability gets Lorited, might as well scoop. It's horrible. Anyway, my auras. 4 Winds of Guidance. Winds of Guidance, 1 green and 1. Search your deck for 3 chance and put them into your graveyard. Then shuffle your deck. It really works with things with Remnant. Unfortunately, they didn't have they didn't think to put Remnant on any of the auras, which would have been cool, and it would have really worked with the stone. I would have liked that. But mainly it's deck thinning. You only want to draw 1, and then you use it to remove the other Winds of Guidance, and just use it as a quick boost to get them into your graveyard so that CL can power up and get her auras. But then I run Resuscitating Will. It's an aura, recover target J Resonator. Use that to finish games. For example, if you have CL out a bit early, then you Viola her, you can Resuscitating Will to hit your opponent for 2,400 in the air. Whirling Winds. Choose 1, draw a card, or remove target attacking J Resonator from battle. 1 cost green, quick cast. Quick cast, removing it from J Resonator from battle, really strong. Unfortunately, it doesn't work against the Lorite Disciples because they have barrier. But against any red deck, it really shines. Like, I was playing his Keurig deck the other day. It just really shines in that. But it's just a worse Scarlet's Agony. But having the option to draw a card means you can start. You usually want to start with one of those so you can play it on your first turn and start CL's build up. And then turn 2, you want to hit a Winds of Guidance. Then I run the last aura in here, 1 of Winds of Salvations. It's a 3-cost remove target spell from the game. I don't like it. It's just a 3-cost cancel that I keep in there to hit with Winds of Guidance and then spinning Aqua Soul into my hand when I really need it. But it's just, It's an aura.
Magic Boomerang.
Yeah, 1 Magic Boomerang because I needed a slot because Kotaro is supposed to be 3. And Magic Boomerang really works in those one-off scenarios, if you have it. Spinning Aqua Soul, I thought that this would combo off really well, but this is too slow. So if I ever play this deck again, this will be gone, and so will probably this and Absolute Awareness. Because you gotta be aggro, but you can't be aggro if you have Absolute Awareness and Spinning Aqua Soul. But besides that, that's the CL deck. I'd love to see more CL lists, particularly ones that are a bit more viable than this. I might tool around with it some more just because of my love for her. What does your deck do?
Alright, I'm running a Chamimi. It's very similar to the ones you've probably seen kicking around on the internet. But, so the J-Roller's Chamimi. She's one of the new ones with the Divinity. She has Divinity 10. She has a Judgment of 5, which is quite pricey. You usually don't Judgment her. She has Energized Green.
But if the game goes long enough.
Yeah. And then on her J-Roller side, she's a 10-10. She has Divinity 10. And Resonator's Control gain +4/+4. That's all she does. Pretty relevant effect if you can get her flipped.
That 5/6 Lorite though.
Yeah, 5/6 Lorite. Alright, so we'll start off the Resonators. I run 4 of Fairy of the Lost Isle.
Super strong.
Good. I don't remember if you mentioned or not, but you can pay a green banish it to draw a card.
No. I forgot about that because I have never once used that ability.
I didn't get to use it in our game, but I would use it like if I really needed the cards for some reason.
Mainly because I think I wasn't like my fairies. Just it's an extra will that I never had.
Yeah, it's also useful if you're already ahead and you want to get further ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So then the deck runs 4 Pygmy Hippo. He's a really strong 1-drop. He's a 6/5. And he has an Enter ability. Reveal Beast from your hand or pay 2 if you don't banish this card. So that's the downside. That's why I also run for CL's Familiar, McKay. And I'll get into what he does in a second.
He betrayed me, McKay.
But anyway, so you have to reveal either a McKay or another Pygmy Hippo. But otherwise, he's just a 6/5 vanilla. Really strong for 1. So look over to McKay now. When he enters the field, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put a card from among them into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Really good. And then he has banishes cards. The card deals 400 damage to target Resonator. So he's like Tama, but costs 1 more, and you get to kind of filter what you're getting.
But he's terrible.
Alright,
in this format.
then I run the Lorite and Lorite's 7 Disciples engine. You already went over that, so I won't go over it again. Run Viola, same reasons he does. Then I also, in this deck, I run 3, the 100-eyed one. He has an Enter ability. Target Resonator cannot block till end of turn. pretty good. That combos with one of the cards in the rune deck, so I'll go over that now. If you, I run a Yokai Festival. It costs 2 green and X, has Divinity 3. You may pay green less to play this card from a rune area, so it costs 1 green if you're playing from a rune deck, which I am. Search your deck for 2 Yokai with total cost X or less and put them into the field and shuffle your deck. So you could potentially get 2 of these guys out, get both their enter effects, and then just swing for game. So that's kind of why that's in there.
Oh yeah.
Then I run 2 Elemental Blast. It doesn't have Quick Cast, that's why I'm not running 4 of it. This card deals 400 damage to target Resonator. Pretty relevant. Torrent, this card deals 700 damage instead. And since Severing Winds is gone, we can actually do Torrent effects now. Yay! Then I run 2 Magic Boomerang. Quick Cast, choose 1. Target Resonator gains flying until end of turn. Could be relevant if you want to swing for game. Or return target Resonator you control to its owner's hand. So you can save one of your dudes with it. Or this card deals 400 damage to target Resonator. And this one has Quick Cast, so pretty good card. It's has a couple options on it. I like it. Then I run, since I'm running the Speaking Stone, I run 3 Ruin Story. It's a really good black-green card. It has Quick Cast. Choose 1. Your opponent banishes a Resonator. Or flip over 2 revealed stories in your extra deck. That's not relevant anymore, for reasons. Or put target Resonator from your graveyard into your hand, or cancel target spell unless your opponent pays 1.
Super modal.
Yeah, it's really modal card. Lots of good options there. I'm running 4 Favor spell. Cancels any spell with Quick Cast for 1. Really good card. And then I run 4 Winds of Vitality. It has Quick Cast. Target J Resonator gains +6/+6 and it'll turn for 1 green will. And the reason I run these as opposed to the other one that does the same thing is because these ones are spirit magics and I can get Lorites back potentially. Yay!
Yahoo!
Alright, so as for the stones, I run 2 Saintly Elven Stones because I needed 2 slots to fill. It produces green, or you can rest it and target elf gains +1/+1 till end of turn. So Lorite trades, guys. Or not trades, you just kill their Lorite.
Oh my god, Lorite is powerful.
Now, this deck's meant to run 4 Speaking Stones, but I only have 3 of them, so that's why there's a Wind Magic Stone in here. I know.
Unfortunate.
Sad. And then I run 4 Spirit Stone. This card's amazing. It produces green, or you can banish it to draw a card. Really good stuff there. So then we'll go into the Rune deck, and since I just went over Spirit Stone, I'll go over this crazy combo. If you have 2 Spirit Stones out, you can rest both of them to produce green, and then banish both of them to draw 2 cards. Then use that 2 green you produced to play this from your Rune deck, Forest Meditation. Choose up to 2. Put target Resonator from your graveyard into your hand, or put 2 target Magic Stones from your graveyard into the field, or draw a card. So essentially, those 2 Spirit Stones you just sacrifice to draw 2 cards. You can get them back in the field and then choose the last mode to draw a card, so you essentially draw 3 cards for nothing. Good stuff. And the put target Resonator from your graveyard into your hand, that could be relevant too, so really good card.
Yep.
Then I run Rapid Fire Me. It's a 1 cost Divinity 2 rune. This card deals 400 damage to each Resonator your opponent controls, so a little board wipe. Especially when combined with Sandstorm. You may pay 1 red less to play this from a rune area, so I don't have to worry about the red cost. This card deals 200 damage to each Resonator your opponent controls, so I could do 600 damage for 1 green will. I have to use 2 runes to do it, but eh. Then I already went over Yokai Festival, and the last one I run is Elephant Rush. Play this card only if your ruler's Chamimi. Put 3 1,000 Wind Elephant Resonator tokens into the field. Players cannot chase to this card. Very good. Hard to deal with 3 1,000s actually.
Yeah, there's a lot less things that return Resonators to hand now.
Yeah, I can't actually cast all of my runes because I have more than 10 Divinity, but that's fine. You know, I usually don't cast all of them anyway. So, anyway, that's the deck. It's pretty similar to a lot of the other Chamimi decks, so
yeah,
nothing real spicy here.
Pretty powerful. Final thoughts on the cards in here? I personally think that a ban should be put in place on Spirit Stone, Just because I don't think there should be any free draw.
Yeah.
And it's a really close tie between those two, like the Rune and the Spirit Stone. But I feel like Spirit Stone gives you way too much for way too little.
Yeah, maybe you're probably right.
Especially because in a lot of games, you see the person with the Spirit Stones win simply because for the last big play, they banished their Spirit Stones and drew the cancel that they really needed.
Or the Lorite or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see that.
Free, in my opinion, is just a little too strong.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Any other thoughts on the Lorite engine?
I just think the Seven Disciples needs some looking at.
Yeah, like part of me is like it's completely terrible without Lorite, but a 9/9 with Drain, First Strike, and all those abilities is just so unbelievably strong.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do about it because on the other hand, there's other decks that seem to be able to handle it just fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know if these cards even need bans. Like, so is it like...
We'll have to let somebody who's more knowledgeable than us figure that out.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell us what you think of the decks in the comments below, and we'll see you next time. All right.
Thank you guys. Thumbs up.
Thumbs
up, fist bump.
I think that's thumbs down.
Ooh.
Yours is thumbs down. Whatever. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye-bye.